Hello everyone, sorry it's been a while, it's been about a month now. I just want to say a really big thank you to everyone that liked and subscribed to my previous video. Wow, I think I had like 60 subscriptions, 60 plus likes, smashed my viewed record. Really appreciate it, a lot of love given, chuffed to bits. I would love it, love if I could get this video to 100 likes. So if there's anything you pick up from it or anything you've liked at all, I would love it if you could give it a like, because if I could smash 100 likes, that would seriously make my day. Thank you so much everyone. So I went down to Aston. My friend here, Brian, he asked if I could give him a few tips, see if there's anything I could improve on. You know, he's a mate, of course, why not? So I popped down, got him having a go on pellet waggler, give him a few tips on the pole line, and he's had a pretty good day. He's caught plenty of fish, and I found out that there was going to be an evening match on that night on the same pond. I could tell that the fish were in a biting mood. As I say, Brian had got into plenty of fish. I thought, you know what, why not? Let's go down, let's have a go. It's only 3 hours, and as you can see here, absolutely stunning pond is the split at Aston. I couldn't wait to get on it. So wham, straight in, not messing about on this video. So yeah, at first I did actually start at 14.5 in front, slapping with casters, but I just kept getting silverfish, chub and eyed, and they were decent size. I mean, they weren't, you know, it's not to sniff at, but it were only 3 hours. I knew I had to go big, so I gave 10 minutes and I decided get down the margin. I had this very same peg last year, and I do have a video up about this peg. I actually went over on my net and it cost me the match win and dropped me down to 4th. This time I was determined not to do that, so I put 2 lots of nets in. But as you can see, there's loads of lilies there on the right, and you would think to go down there for the fish, but to me that's just too much danger. It's only a 3 hour match. I can't afford to be losing up lengths, losing fish and losing rigs, so I've just gone straight down the left margin. I mean, as you can see, this fish is trying its hardest to get to the right side. I've had to give it barely half a foot of elastic to keep it under control. I've stuck down the left margin. I've decided to big cup micros, 3/4 away the big cup. Then the last quarter I filled with casters. I bought 4 pints of casters. I were hoping to get the F1s up in the water, but they just weren't there. So rather than them go to waste, you know, carp aren't going to turn down casters. They absolutely love them. So I've just put them in with my micros. And yeah, first put in really, I weren't in very long before I got this. I've just put double sweet corn on the hook, 0.20 straight through, number 12 Guru carp hook. No messing about, that allows me to bully them if they try and get under my pallet or under my nets. The reeds, lilies, you know what fish are like, they do everything to get off. Yeah, not a bad start. It's always a good sign when you have to reach down for landing net. What a beautiful comment that is. It's not often I actually get to fish here. I tend to fish at Swanlands on a Thursday night, but it doesn't hurt to go somewhere different now and then. You get to face different anglers with different skills, different abilities, and you always pick something up. So I really do recommend going to different venues regular-ish. So there we go, micros with casters. So I've caught that fish, I've just netted it, had no messing about, straight back in with the big cup. I'm literally facing in front of the pallet to my left. You can't quite see it in the view, but it's there, and it's about 2.5, 3 foot deep. I didn't get as close as I would have liked, which did mean through the day I did lose some carp, because to get behind it you get liners. I probably lost 10 carp through the night, to be honest. Quite a lot. But when you're feeding a lot and you can't stay tight to a bank, they can get behind you. That is always going to happen. Nature of the beast. But there's a lot of little fish in here, and there's a lot of big ones. So my tactic was, absolutely filleting every fish, whether it was a small fish or a big fish, just to attract those units, because it is only 3 hours. You've just got to get those big fish out. So I've tried to keep this as live as possible. I mean, you can see there, look, as I've hit that fish, one's just took off straight away straight into the middle of the lake. So there's loads there. There's absolutely loads there at this point in time. So every fish that I've hit, I've tried to keep them towards the middle-ish, even at this length, until I'm convinced I've got them under control. So you don't know if they're foul hooked or not, especially if you get them in the tail. Absolute nightmare. If that fish starts to direct rightwards towards those lilies, I have zero chance of stopping it when they're in tail. But luckily, through the night, I didn't get any in the tail. They were either in the mouth or off, which, to be honest, is the way I prefer it. You don't want to have a fish on for 15 minutes and then lose it, especially when you've only got 3 hours. That corn tin you can see there, Scopex. I absolutely love it. Anything with Scopex or brazen, I always buy it. It just produces fish. I know some people don't believe in all the flavourings and the dyes and stuff like that, but I absolutely do. I have massive confidence in it. Yeah, Scopex corn for the win. But just look at that view. Stunning. What a beautiful venue this is. Full of F1s, loads of chub and hide, and some really big carp. Carp features left, right and centre. A nice big body of water. Gives you loads of options. What a fantastic fishery this is. So I've obviously moved it on to the next clip. Again, you can see loads of carp have absolutely gone flying out at swimmers have hit that. As soon as I netted that other fish, I went back in with a big cup. I've then gone back in with double corn, hit another one. You got a great view of my hairy arm here. This fish is trying to get to the other end of the lake, and I'm determined to hold on to it. Just getting control. Elastic I'm using, that's Preston 15H. It's my favourite margin elastic. Will stretch at least 2 pegs. Very durable. I've had plenty of £100 weights on it. Takes a lot to damage it. And I've had fish at £20 out on it. I mean, on a pole, how big do you really want to go? I mean, that's more than big enough. And I mainly like it because as soon as I get on the puller, I pull in, it just drags them fish back really quickly towards me. Wonder fishes. I mean, if scenes like this doesn't make you want to go fishing, nothing will. And what a stunning day. Just putting up a scrap. I mean, when you're pleasure fishing, you love this. You know, the fight is awesome. In a match, it's only 3 hours. I know you're thinking is, please don't get off and please just get in the net. It really gets your heart going. And they're really good anglers here at Aston. They fish it really regular. They're skilled in many different methods. You don't know, you know, it's very tough to come here and get a win. So I knew I were up against it massively. And I just wanted to get the fish in and out as quick as possible. It's not a bad fish. Beautiful common. Now just put that fish away. It's really important you get any slime off your line. So I tend to just rub that on my trousers. That rolls it off really quick. Presentation is absolutely everything. No point being lazy. Just do it. It might only be a small little thing, but it makes a massive difference to your weight at the end. And while I'm getting that big cut prepared, I'll just explain. I had my my float. I had it on like a shirt button on the drop, because it was a slope bottom. I wanted to be able to lay that bait in and know that it's laid on that slope and that line is as straight as it can be. And that way you're going to get a better indication on your bite. You're going to get a lot less like tangles and stuff like that, and poor presentation. I just made sure that my presentation is absolutely at the maximum it can be. Nice big fat pieces of corn. They love it. Now I went for corn because it's a nice heavy bright bait. I put loads of casters down there which are going to waft about. Micros which will waft about whenever they take off and go ballistic. I wanted a bait that were going to stay there and really stand out. I didn't think putting a load of casters on would actually benefit me, because there's going to be billions down there. And as you can see, they love it. If you don't use corn down the margin, I would say give it a go. I've got videos last year where I mainly used dead reds, and I do love dead reds, but I have to say I think corn is better. Bites are epic. It just disappears. It's like a paste bite. They just really hammer it. That pesky sun getting in the way of all my good shots. How dare it? Beautiful mirror. Absolutely black now. If you're not sure what that term means, that's a term we use when it's solid, basically. It's just ridiculously full of fish. Definitely something we use in Sheffield and up north quite a lot. You'll also hear us saying the word nugget. Do you want a nugget? That's when we have a pound with each other. To be honest, that's half the reason most of us go fishing in matches, for that pound. The mighty pound means more than anything. I'm getting a sweat on watching it. Must be heat coming off at video. It's going out there. I'm more than happy for that fish to run and do whatever it likes. Much rather it burn off its energy out there than start doing it near those lilies to my right and those nets right in front of me. It's decided it wants to go and visit the guy 5 pegs down. Getting him under control now. Get on that puller. Pin that elastic back. I can only imagine this fish thinks it's going on the pan. I promise they'll go back safely. It's a banger. Look at that beaut. Simply lovely. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it easy, fella. No need. One in bank. Get in. So while I'm baiting that back up again, is there anything you'd like to see in any videos moving forward? Anything you'd like to know? Anything you want to ask, please leave a comment. And obviously, I would love it if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free, and it inspires me to make more videos for everyone that wants to watch. I have plenty of men and women from all over the world watching. YouTube does tell me, and I'm so grateful. I really do appreciate it. And I hope if you ever do fish at Aston or any of the venues that I've done a video for, if you have watched mine to try and give you some idea of how to fish it, I really hope it has benefited you. And if it has, let me know. You know, come back to me, give me a comment, let me know if it did help. I might try using mussel here next time. I know a lot of venues around our end, mussel has been doing the job. It's not something I've used for a lot of years, but I might give it a go. Now I'm back in again. I don't know how I managed to get that float to settle. There's that many fish there at the moment. And that is purely because, I mean, look at that bucket of micros. I mean, that was half full. As you could just see then in corner eye, there's hardly any left. I fed a lot of bait. I mean, that was there was 4 pints of casters in there, and there's 5 or 6 pints of micros in that bucket. I bet I've used 4 pints of micros already. And it's only a 3-hour match. These big fish, they come in big groups, they're hungry, it's that time of night. All they want to do is get their heads down and stuff the face, put that premium bait down that they love so much, and you will always have a good day's fishing down that margin. Like I said, I very rarely fish here, and I knew I had to go hard if I wanted to truly compete, so pulled all the stops out. I'm here talking about massive fish. Probably got smallest one at day. So I've edited out obviously the bit where I fed and everything else. Just gone straight back onto another fish. Now this fish is another absolute unit. I got this towards the end of the match. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit darker, a bit dimmer. And that is when I expect those really big fish to come on, to be honest. That last hour. And you'll know yourself, if you do a lot of match fishing, the last 2 hours is usually the golden period. No matter what line you're on, really. But then big dogs, There ain't margin in the last 2 hours for sure. For good scrap. But yeah, I can't stress how important it is to keep the elastic on them. So if you give them any hope of getting to lilies or reeds, they will absolutely take it. I keep huge amounts of pressure on them. Have faith in your gear. I mean, this is 0.20 straight through. It's £9 line. I'm on a 15 elastic. That's a margin top kit. I could drag a car out with that. If it's in mouth, you can really put that pressure on them. In view. Really giving it some, and this fish is still giving it just as good. What a fish. Come on, get your head up, lad. A mermaid. Not give up. I did think at one point I'd foul look this fish, but it is in the mouth. It's just an absolute warrior. And look at that. What a unit. At that point I had a feeling that I might just win this match. And that's a right slab and half. Straight in top lip, look. Just a brute of a fish. And I put it down to the casters. And micros are brilliant at bringing on all sorts of fish. If you fish with casters, whether it be for silverfish, F1s, carp, it's just a super bait. Try it. You fish for silvers with maggots, get them up in the water, and then switch to feeding casters, and you will see that you will get a much better sized fish, and you get a much better range of fish as well. Honestly, it's just brilliant. Casters, I mean, if you can afford them, they're super expensive. I don't use them often, purely because of how much they cost. However, like I say, I weren't wasting them. They were going in, I weren't taking them home, and they've done the job tonight, to be honest. And big carp have just come snaffling them up. They can't resist a nice juicy caster. Like I said, that double corn is just a humongous standout bait amongst a load of bait. I mean, there'd be pints and pints of bait down there now. But you can see every time I strike into one, loads go flying out. So if you want to keep a big group of fish there, you've got to put a load of bait in. You can't fish a toss pot, a bait, and expect to keep 10 massive carp there. It's just not going to happen. They're going to gobble it up and move on to the next person if you don't give them a reason to stay there. And that's what I've done. I've stopped them moving down the line. I've stopped them going anywhere else. I want to keep them with me. I don't want them going to any other fishermen. And I've just kept feeding them up with the good stuff. Look at that. And that's all live. You see me feed it, put it in, and wham, fish on. Like I said, I've lost at least 10 through the night that I've not put in the video because you would just hear me swearing a lot. And nobody wants to hear that. I went full John McEnroe, like, you cannot be serious. It's just the way it is when you feed a lot and you can't get tight up and they can get behind it. It's just what they do. You got to accept it. So all the way through, I've tried to get him in as quick as possible. He wants a proper wrestling match. Come on, Babby, get your head up. Come on, you can do it. No, he's not having none of it. I'm proper giving it some hammer. They do fight in this pond. They fight in all the ponds at Aston, to be honest. You get good value for money. There we go. It's another unit. Oh yeah. We'll take that. On that bombshell, I think it's about time we got those fish weighed in and see what the scores on the board are. What's winning him? Give him over. The clicker says I've got 50, so you probably get it all both lots in. Yeah, I want him. No, all that left margin. Pastors and mackerel with sweet corn on top. Has he gone over it, has he? Or just
58.12.
Yeah, please.
I've lost 3.
Terrible peg that fishing right near roots. Cheers, pal.
They've ended up with 58-12, and that's just got me the win. Proper chuff with that. Really went for it, straight down the margin, no messing about, and it's paid dividends. I managed to avenge last year's defeat when I should have won off this peg. If you would like to get any of the floats that I use in any of my videos, please go onto Facebook, like the Teen Up Pull Floats page. We post them daily, you can order them through there, and they're delivered to your address. Thank you.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment, so please leave your message after the tone.